Hi, let's talk about some of the words on the paint tubes and what they mean. Let's talk about the word light first up. So here I have naphthol red light, acrylamide yellow light and cobalt turquoise light. All the light means in this scenario is that it is a light colour. So if you were looking at a scale, a tonal scale from white through greys to black, the light colours would sit more towards the white end of that scale. Often there are other versions, so for instance here we have acrylamide yellow light and acrylamide yellow deep. Now it's not talking about is one warmer than the other, because that rule doesn't hold true if you push it. So I've always thought that anything with a yellow light is necessarily a cool yellow, but it's not. It's just the light version of a colour. It just happens that this one is warmer. It has more red in it. This one has no red at all in it. So we're not talking about transparency. We're not talking about opacity. We're simply talking about how light or how dark that particular colour might be. Other words on the tube, so these two, this is a cadmium colour, and that means that the pigment that's been used in it, the colour, is derived from cadmium. There are cadmium reds, cadmium oranges, cadmium yellows, and that's all about how much heat they subject the cadmium to in the manufacturing process. Phthalo turquoise is called phthalo because it's made from a pigment that is phthalocyaninine, I think it is. I'm not sure of my pronunciation there, but there is phthalo blue, phthalo green and phthalo turquoise, and if you actually mixed some phthalo green with some phthalo blue, you'd get some phthalo turquoise. So they're often named after their pigment. Same thing, acrylamide, that's a pigment name. Cobalt, that's a pigment name as well. Something else you have to consider that you can find on the tube is the light fastness. So on the back here, where is it? It's not on that one. Here we go. On the back here, it tells you the name, the number of the pigment that's used, and it gives it a light fastness rating as well. And the light fastness is all about if it will fade when exposed to ultraviolet light. This one here, permanent alizarin, has a very good light fastness rating. It's rated at 8. And you notice it has the word permanent in the name. If you buy an alizarin and it doesn't have the word permanent in the name, it's quite likely to be a cheaper one that'll fade much more quickly. And you don't want that. You've carefully organised your colours in your painting. You don't want it to fade. So there you go. That's just a little bit about what some of the words on the paint tubes mean.